Okay, we got the 8s here, and the cutoff again. Every hand we played in the cutoff. Okay, I did a small 3-bet here. That's because I wanted to keep my small 3-betting range, like, especially against like an under gun opener. It's hard to get action if you only do this when you have aces or kings, ace, king, queen. So you sometimes need to do this with mediocre strength hands or as a bluff. Here, he's not going to flat me very often on these stack sizes, and if he 3-bet jams, we can fold because his range to do that, to min raise from under the gun, then 3-bet jam is like super narrow. So we 3-bet, and he 4-bet jams, so we can fold. Very next hand we get jacks, open middle position, take it down. Okay, ace 4. Under the gun has one big blind, so we try to ISO him, and then we get shoved on, and we fold. Got shoved on by king jack off. Turns out that guy's like an idiot, but we would have won. So sick. Alright. Okay, then we play the ace 10 off here. Let's see what happens. Yeah, standard open here. We got about 20 something big blind. We get flatted. We get 2 flats. Okay, ace 9-9. Now we only have 2 times the pot left, so we're pretty rarely getting away from this hand. Hot Carl's been flatting a lot, and he's on the button. I don't necessarily give him a strong range. I'm more worried about rockin', but so what I was going to do here is check and see what happens. If rockin' bets and Hot Carl calls or raises, then I might even fold the hand. But if it goes check check and then Hot Carl bets, then I'm getting extra value with my hand because I think a lot of his range is bluff. So if I just c-bet and I have the best hand, I'm probably just going to win. So I wanted to do some action here, or give myself a chance to get away. Okay, so now rockin' checks, and now Carl bets, which is what I wanted to have happen, but with a heart draw and with stacks not being very big, I just went ahead and shoved here, and unfortunately rockin' calls, and he has the ace jack suited, which his check on the flop is pretty strange, especially 3-handed. I don't know what he was doing. So we're in pretty bad shape, but we chop it with the king. Okay, a couple hands later we got queen 8 off here. This hand was kind of interesting. Okay, tilt happens is a good regular, and I know he's shoving a 10x stack here with like probably 85 to 90% of his hands, and so while this looks like an auto fold, when you know that the small blind is good and you know what his range is, queen 8 off is about well, we can go to pokerstars right now and see where it is against a very wide range. Okay, so let's put this guy in a range of, he has 10 big blinds, so he's not shoving every single hand, but he's shoving at least this, at least 72%, I would say. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'd say he's definitely shoving at least that. Okay, so, and then let's put queen 8-0 in against that range. Queen 8-0, and we'll see. Yeah, see, I'm actually ahead of his range. If my prediction for what hands he's shoving is correct, I'm actually even or slightly ahead. So I went ahead and called, and I had him dominated, and we hold. Nice. Very next hand, we get the good old ace king. Guy raised, Hot Carl, who's a good player, raises under a gun. We nominal 3-bet the button, trying to induce a shove, and we take it down. 8s open, obviously. We get flatted again by this flatting moron. This guy makes a big re-raise. I ended up folding. I didn't think he was squeezing very light from that position against our early position open. It's kind of a weird spot, though. I mean, if he's a good regular, it's a weird spot because a good regular will squeeze fairly wide here, and we have a fairly strong hand, so replayer's spazzing out, and so we can justify shoving for sure. Okay, next hand. Okay, I get fours in the small. Raise, get flatted by the big blind again. He's just doing all kinds of flatting, spazzing. Raises me on this board. This board hits a lot of his flatting range, so I'm just gonna fold. King Jack O, open it in early position. It's a little light, but once the antes are in there and stacks are like this, it's not too bad. I had to fold. The guy had 11 big blinds. He had enough to get me to fold. Okay, 2 jacks. Open, standard obviously, never folding. King Jack suited under the gun, open, 8-handed, it's close, but it's fine. Okay, Ace Queen O, we got 20 big blinds. Scott min raises, he gets flatted by Deuces Drew. Deuces Drew is a loose passive donk, or not loose passive. He's like hugely passive, but I mean he's not too loose. But anyways, but I think most of his like big hands he re-raises, and I think he folds lots of like medium small pairs. So this is an easy shove, and we get called, and we have to win a flip, and we do. Sweet. Okay, and now ace deuce, I fold. Wait, what happened? Oh, wait. Oh, threes, okay. I see threes. Okay, I open middle position, and Carl 3-bets really small. Normally, at these stages, you wouldn't just call a 3-bet, but he's 3-bet like really tiny. I remember that, and Rockin' we know just flats all the time with all kinds of stupid things. So, he's probably going to flat the 3-bet too. So I'm actually getting a really good price to set mine here. It's also not a bad spot for a 4-bet jam because Carl would do this fairly light, but it looks like he might be trying to induce something like that. So I decided to just take the price and try to flop a set, and because the pot is so big, we're gonna get paid off when we flop a set. Like if Carl does have a big pair, or if we just all we really need to make, if you do the math, because he 3-bet so small, and because we're pretty sure Rockin' is just gonna call, we only need to make like a pot or like a half pot size bet post once we flop a set, and then a lot of the times when he really does have a big pair, and because the pot's so huge, we're gonna win. Basically, we're gonna be able to get his stack or get our whole stack in, and he makes a big C bet, which is what we would have wanted if we had a set, but we don't. So fold. Although you do open yourself up to getting bluffed, of course, but that's the way it goes. This guy shoved, his stack was really short, and he shoved on the button, so King 3 off is the standard call. And then we flop a 3, but he turns a 6. Okay, Queen 9-0, open the cutoff, that's fine. And take it down. Guess I should be looking at some of these intermediate hands because sometimes something happens and you say, why'd you do that? Okay, King Jack O, let's see what happens. Okay, guy raises the button. I contemplating 3-betting a long time there. 3-betting fine. We have kind of awkward stacks for it though. You'd have, but don't 3-bet jam, and you got like 30x. You can 3-bet smaller. Jack 4 suited. I decided to open middle position. Got flatted by Hot Carl. C-bet. He like snap called this flop, which I don't imagine that he's floating very light when I only have like a little more than a pot size bet left, but maybe he is, I don't know. And then he bets the blank turn, and I have to check fold. Okay, ace 4 suited. See what happens. Okay, I just jam. That's standard with those stack sizes. Okay, ace king. I just raise, which is fine on my stack size. Take it down. Okay, 10s, obviously never folding. We have a good reshove stack, like 16 big blinds or something. Snap shove. Take it down.